Hey, Roman Trust here with Peak Fitness, and today guys, I want to give you 4 different things that you can do to stay on track with your physical fitness and weight loss goals during the holiday season. So like I stated in the introduction guys, I want to give you 4 different things that you can do to stay on track with your weight loss and physical fitness goals during the holiday season. So usually during Christmas Eve, Christmas, and New Year's, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of delicious, unhealthy food and beverages. So what we wanna do is we don't wanna go ahead and go backwards in our weight loss or physical fitness goals. Now, for the most part, if you've been pretty good throughout the year or the time you've been working on exercising, these couple of cheat days, if you will, is really not gonna affect you negatively. But if you're looking for just a couple little extra things so that way to help you out, but you can still enjoy some of the festivities, then I'm gonna give you guys those answers. Now, the first thing you're gonna wanna go ahead and do is, I like to call prime the pump, right? You wanna pre-carb a little bit, all right? So during the holiday seasons, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of things like cookies and cakes and sugary goods and stuff like that. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that your insulin spike doesn't become a real super spike, but a nice bell curve. That's going to help you slow the digestion and absorption rate of the carbohydrates, and is also going to help prevent them from turning into fats, and as well as just let them kind of go through your body a little bit more efficiently. So the first thing you're going to do is first meal you eat in the day, or first thing is to have a high glycemic or like a kind of like a high sugar food, but very little bit. So like a rice cake or something along those lines. And if it's a Christmas morning or something like that, maybe like a little bit of a cinnamon roll, just to kind of get yourself that little bit of that spike. Now, about 45 minutes to an hour later, you want to have another carbohydrate-rich food, but a lower or a complex carbohydrate food. So like a vegetable or something along those lines, a whole wheat or whole grain type bread. That's gonna cause your insulin not to spike so much, but become a nice easy bell curve. Also, during the very first meal you have, you want to make sure you're eating zero fat whatsoever, because that insulin spike is gonna cause that sugar to get stored right away. All right, it's not gonna really be used as fuel or as energy, whereas that one that you do 45 minutes to an hour later will. And then with that guys, then you just go throughout your day eating regularly until you come to your meals or your parties or whatever, and then you should be okay. The reason you want to do this is that if you were to not eat any kind of carbohydrates throughout the day, you're going to cause that insulin spike at the end of the day, and then it's gonna get all the other foods that you eat, it's all gonna get stored right away. Maybe not even necessarily as glycogen, but it's stored right away as fat. This way, your body is not getting shocked with the insulin, with the carbohydrates, so you're not gonna have this huge rise in insulin. It's gonna be a nice, easy bell curve. Now, the second thing you're gonna wanna do, guys, is drink lots of water. Now, no surprise there. Carbohydrates tends to make you hold on to a lot of water. So throughout the day, you just want to drink lots and lots of water. The reason you want to drink lots of water is because you can only hold so much. And what you're going to do is throughout the day, as you start to eat the carbohydrates and lose parties, start to eat the carbohydrates, you're less likely to retain that water weight, okay? So that way you'll just excrete it out later on. So you're less likely to hold on to that water. Also, it's gonna help flush the carbohydrates out a lot easier, so that way you're not gonna absorb so much of it. Now, the third thing you're gonna wanna do, and it's probably the most disgusting thing in here, is drink some apple cider vinegar. Now, what you're gonna want is take about 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and mix it with 10 to 12 ounces of water. And then just drink it. You're gonna wanna have it to say first thing in the morning before you eat, or about an hour or two before you have your, go to your party or something like that. And what that's gonna do is, it's going to prevent you from having a huge insulin spike, so it doesn't store the carbohydrates as fats, but instead it's gonna make a nice easy bell curve. Another thing that's gonna go ahead and do is it's gonna slow the digestion of the carbohydrates. The slower we can digest the carbohydrates, the less likely it's going to be stored as fat or as glycogen, and more likely to be used as energy or just pass through our systems harmlessly. So that's another big thing you want to do, is have some apple cider vinegar. Now, it's gross, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do drink the apple cider vinegar. It helps with a lot of other things, but I'm just focusing on this particular aspect for the weight loss side. And finally, the last thing you want to go ahead and do, guys, is exercise. Now, I don't mean you need to go and work out really hard. You absolutely can. You can still go in there and get a great workout on these days. But I understand a lot of people are gonna be out doing things, shopping, you know, hanging out with family and friends, enjoying the holidays. You may not be wanting to go out and hit the gym. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there gonna say there's no excuses. Unfortunately, we're real people and things come up. Well, that's okay. However, go ahead and still get an exercise in. You can still do some quick workouts in there, like a 10-minute, exercise. I got some videos of my 2 and 10, for example. Do some sprints. But if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and just go for a nice, easy walk. A 30-minute walk later on in the evening, enjoying maybe the Christmas lights or the decorations in your neighborhood, is going to help you in a few different ways. One, it's going to increase your thermogenic temperature, so your core temperature is going to increase, so it will help burn more calories. 2, it's going to burn calories actively while you walk. May not be a whole lot, but will burn some calories. And 3, you're going to start using the stored glycogen as energy, so it will help you prevent from storing any carbohydrates as fat, instead of be used right away as fuel. So go ahead and just go for a nice easy walk and enjoy the scenery. Now with that, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, got any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. And also, don't forget to go ahead and click the subscribe button. And with that, guys, thank you for watching and Merry Christmas.